Team Finley is alive and well. So last time we talked, Gwyneth Westwood, the founder of My Not So Berry Challenge, kicked the ass of Kendra Smith and her mother as revenge for Kendra bullying her daughter Bella Westwood at school for wearing her alien form, while her fiancé, Joseph Bastianich, got jump scared by his not-so-secret daughter, Tessa Scott, visiting him late at night, and her daughter and our heir, Rosalie Bastianich, was visited by her best friend, Finley broke, him confessing that he was deeply in love with her, the two of them admitting their feelings to one another and kissing for the first time. Okay, so maybe Joseph was right. Maybe she is gonna woohoo Finley eventually. LMAO. The lovebirds stayed up all night in Rosalie's bedroom, kissing, dancing, and talking about what all of this meant for them before falling asleep in each other's arms. And Rosalie was feeling all the moodlets. The kisses they shared were otherworldly. The dancing had her swept off her feet, and being held in his arms made her feel so comforted. She was truly happy and left with wanting more. But Finley had to leave before Gwyneth and Joseph wake up. Joseph did wake up soon after with a new beard. Yes, Joseph shuffled to the bathroom in pain. Today is Harvestfest, as well as Bella Westwood's last day as a child, and the Westwood Bastianich family would be staying home to celebrate the holiday and have a traditional Harvestfest meal. Literally, what in the wicked fuck is that? I am genuinely so scared. The first Harvestfest tradition the family would be participating in is appeasing the gnomes. Rosalie did it first, giving one gnome some cake, and he didn't like that. And when she begged for forgiveness, goddamn, that was more electric than Gwyneth's and Joseph's entire relationship. Speaking of them, Gwyneth told her scumbag fiancé to sit back and relax. Today, she would be taking care of the Harvestfest cooking. He works so hard and does so much for the family. And even though cooking is his passion and Gwyneth can't cook for shit, he cooperated and let her take over. She would be making a traditional grand feast as well as soul food while she cooked. She also tidied up the house, Rosalie helping her out. She had the biggest smile across her face as she scrubbed the countertops clean. She kept replaying what happened with Finley over and over again. She wanted more, and she couldn't wait to see him at school tomorrow. She didn't want to keep this hidden from her family. She was happy and wasn't gonna hide it because of her dad's paranoia. So, out of spite, she was going to announce her romance with Finley during dinner. And dinner was finally here. Gwyneth cleaned and set the table, making sure everything was perfect. And that's when she realized that something was missing. You can't have a proper Harvestfest without a bottle of bubbly, which contains alcohol. Something that her and Joseph agreed they would no longer keep in their house due to Joseph's alcoholism. Afterwards, she changed into her dress that she picked out just for tonight and called her loving family to dinner. She grabbed a serving of champagne, added a refreshing strawberry, and waited for her family to arrive at the dinner table. Everything looked and smelled divine, the family quick to grab a serving, and Joseph, who was so focused on the meal in front of him, was slow to notice the tempting bottle of champagne positioned right in front of him. Why on earth did Gwyneth buy a bottle of champagne, and why would she purposely place it so close to him? He started to become enraged as he watched the girls talk amongst each other, and he became even more upset as he watched Gwyneth gleefully sip on it, almost like she was rubbing it in his face. What was she doing? But no one was noticing. Bella was talking about how excited she was to age up tomorrow, how excited she was to start high school, and just as Rosalie was about to tell everyone about Finley, Joseph popped off. What the hell was Gwyneth thinking bringing alcohol into this house? Is she trying to make him relapse? You're right, Speckles. This is the perfect time to get some cornbread without anyone noticing. Joseph kept going off on Gwyneth, Rosalie growing confused and tired of her dad's nonsense. She tried to keep Bella distracted as Joseph continued yelling. Why would she do this to him? That's a funny question coming from you, she said. It hurt him, hadn't it? It almost felt like betrayal, didn't it? Well, now he probably understood how Gwyneth felt when she found out that he cheated on her with Sarah Scott and knocked her up with his secret daughter Tessa. Oh shit. Joseph's heart sank to his ass. He denied everything, straight up lying to Gwyneth's face by saying Sarah was nothing more than a friend. But Joseph knew he was fucked, and Gwyneth knew he knew that too, so she looked him in his eyes and gave him one last chance to be honest with her. Did he woohoo with another woman and get her pregnant? And finally, Joseph confessed it was all true. Rosalie and Bella were distraught. What did he mean he cheated on their mum? Finley, we love you, but now is really not the time. Not you trying to flirt with her after confessing you cheated. Rosalie began going off on her dad. How could he do that to mum? After all the shit he put them through. Why? Why did he do it? Joseph's excuse was because he was intoxicated. He was still a drunk at that time, and would have never woohooed with Sarah if it weren't for the alcohol. He swears he loves Gwyneth and his family. Neither Gwyneth nor Rosalie bought it. Rosalie screamed at her dad that she hated him, and that she wished he wasn't her dad before bawling alongside her sister. Her world came crashing down. That fantasy of ever having a perfect family was crushed for good. That's crazy, Joseph. But I literally couldn't give a flying fuck. And since Gwyneth had finally heard the truth from Joseph's lips, that meant that it was time. Time to end things between them for good. Gwyneth and Joseph are officially broken up. We cheered, but Gwyneth hadn't, and certainly not Joseph. And with that said and done, Gwyneth had nothing more she wanted to say to Joseph, except that she wanted him and his stuff out of the house by midnight tonight. She didn't care where he went, and she didn't even say goodbye. Rosalie, however, was not so graceful. She slapped him, and he totally deserved it. Disappointed, Bella trudged up to her room while Joseph began to gather his items. Rosalie, on the other hand, ran down to the beach. She was having a nervous breakdown. She felt like her heart was shattered into a million pieces. Her dad's a piece of shit. Her family is ruined. And somewhere in the world, she has a half-sister that she never knew existed. Just like her mother, she felt betrayed. She loved Joseph with all her heart and put up with all of his BS, hoping for a positive outcome, only for him to do this. Bella eventually cried herself to sleep, and Gwyneth enjoyed a smoke while Joseph packed. She would explain to Rosalie and Bella that she didn't put Joseph on blast in front of them to hurt them. She did it because she wanted her daughters to witness for themselves what a terrible person their father truly was. She wanted to watch him knock Rosalie's rose-colored lenses right off. She knew that she always favorited him over her and put him on a pedestal. But now, she knows the truth, and hopefully, she'll believe it. Rosalie stayed up late, thinking about her mysterious half-sister, about her poor mom, about every single terrible thing Joseph ever did to her and her family, before getting interrupted by the man himself. He was about to leave, but just wanted to say one more time that he was sorry, that he loves her, that he didn't mean to hurt her or Gwyneth. If there was one sim in this house he could be on good terms with, he'd want it to be with her. He doesn't want to lose her, but it was already too late. He lost her a long time ago. She loved him. Doesn't he fucking get that? She loved him so much, and adored him unconditionally, and wanted to see him happy and healthy and sober. She made excuses for him. She idolized him. She favorited him. She begged Gwyneth to forgive him. She was just a little girl that wanted her daddy to pay attention to her, but he never cared enough, not until she reached puberty. Now he cares, but you know what? It's fine. Because she no longer did. She hates him. She wants nothing to do with him. She just wishes he would disappear. And that's exactly what she told him before storming off to her room. And that's when Joseph lost the confidence that he had the night prior. He really thought he got away with everything. Oh, was he terribly wrong? They're just angry right now. They just need to calm down. So, he gathered his things and booked himself a hotel room, officially moving out of his Windenburg home. He was sure he'd hear from them in a couple of Sims days.